Cassie. Is she a victim in all this?
I believe Cassie's a victim in all this because she came in as she's like 18, like 19 years old.
50 Cent is finally breaking his silence, addressing what he says was deliberately left out of the Diddy documentary. This time, he's making it clear that Season 2 will come with no restrictions. According to 50, Netflix didn't block material because it was inaccurate, but because it carried too much risk. He claims entire storylines were removed to keep the project safe and controlled. Now, he says he's ready to reclaim the narrative, exposing what was buried, on his own terms and without apology.
If you got a wild party and P. Diddy puts on that wild party and, he sets everybody up. Like if you were an intelligence agent, like a Jeffrey Epstein type deal, that'd be the way to do it. Big old crazy party, get everybody loose.
And get the cameras
Get them
rolling.
the yayo. Get them the yayo.
And everything else.
Get them everything you need. Get fired up. Get those cameras rolling. And now you got everybody under wraps. What a twisted web some folks weave.
Diddy may be behind bars, but his influence, according to critics, hasn't disappeared. Power doesn't vanish overnight. Allegations suggest that long-standing relationships between Diddy and influential figures within Netflix may have shaped what was allowed to be shown. While direct legal pressure may no longer be an option, insiders believe influence still travels through quiet channels, relationships that can soften narratives, redirect focus, and keep certain details off screen. In that sense, silence itself becomes a strategy.
And if 50 do another one, and I heard he's going to put it on YouTube or do whatever he's going to do, Puff ain't going to have nothing to do with that. Puff ain't going to have nothing to do to try to stop that because he can't. Because if he could stop it, it would have been stopped. You know why he can't stop it? Because Puff know people right there at Netflix. Don't think he don't. And I don't know if this guy still work for them, but he was part of the flavor unit, Shakim. He was part of the flavor unit. He was good friends. He was cool with Puff and them. Flavor unit and them, Queen Latifah and them, they was cool with Puff. If Puff would have sent the cease and desist over there and they could do it and he had the power and they wasn't right, they would have been done it. You see it's still rolling, right? It's still going on, right? He ain't got that power no more. You understand? Now, could he sue them because they used his likeness or used him and stuff like that? I don't know. I'm not that versed in they using him. You understand? If they can steal your whole damn idea, your whole damn ideal, why can't they steal your whole damn intellectual?
Some of the most serious allegations connected to Diddy were absent from the documentary, despite 50 Cent referencing them publicly before it aired. He claims those topics weren't excluded due to lack of credibility, but because Netflix wasn't willing to absorb the backlash that full transparency might trigger. Allegedly, entire angles were removed, sensitive recordings, references to powerful enablers, and most critically, accounts involving those who were reportedly harmed. The line, he suggests, was drawn not at truth, but at risk management.
Also, like people that are elites, and that's their thing. Like their thing is to do something that is horrible, and it's not available to other people. So it's like, I think there's like a sickness that people have when they have power, like extreme power, and then what else can I do? What else can I do? What else is what else is taboo? What else is forbidden? Like all this Diddy shit that's coming out. Like
I was just going to say, doesn't that sound topical?
Jesus Christ. The first day of the trial, did you pay attention to any of that stuff? I looked at it for like 10 minutes this morning, and I was like, I got to stop. I can't look at this.
Well, what freaks me out is the people sitting in the courtroom listening to it.
Right.
And there's a wide spectrum of people that are getting subjected to it, and you just sit there and go...
Yeah, well, not only that, how about the fact that this guy was running this for decades? He was doing this for decades to who knows how many people, and everybody was scared.
Concerns about how young artists were treated during their time around Bad Boy Records have circulated for years. Multiple public figures have hinted that troubling situations unfolded behind closed doors. While no complete account has been formally presented, comments from artists like Justin Bieber and Usher have fueled ongoing questions. These remarks suggest that what the public saw may have been only a fraction of the reality. The issue now goes beyond speculation. It's about accountability, transparency, and whether those who were allegedly affected will ever receive acknowledgement in an industry known for choosing silence over responsibility.
For me, being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, telling me they love me and, just turn their back on you in a second. So yeah, it's hard because I want her to know that, she can count on me. But at the end of the day, I'm never going to force myself to be in a relationship with her. It has to be natural, right? So I just kind of, let her do her thing. And if she ever needs me, I'm going to be here for her. But yeah, just protecting those moments because people take for granted encounters and yeah, so yeah, I just
Nearly every major accusation associated with Diddy reportedly involved vulnerable individuals and patterns of long-term misconduct. Yet much of that never appeared in court or in the documentary. That absence has raised serious questions about why these claims repeatedly fail to reach public accountability. According to 50 Cent, this outcome was predictable. He argues that major platforms are unwilling to confront powerful industry figures. That, he says, is exactly why he plans to release the second season independently, without institutional support, but without compromise.
Was not done with Diddy. I knew 50 Cent was not done with Diddy. He just confirmed that he has more stuff on Diddy that he couldn't even fit in the 4 episodes in the new Netflix Diddy documentary. With 50, it is so hard telling what this man got his hands on, but he said this in reference to the videos that he got of Diddy before he went to jail.
A lot of the personal footage of Diddy has shocked a lot of people. And I know, 50, the way you run, this cannot be all that you have. Is there other stuff that you just have not shown?
Yeah, well, everything couldn't make was 4 episodes.
Right.
So it was a lot. You had to pick and choose things.
And on top of him saying that he has more dirt on Diddy, he is also saying that more people came to him with allegations against Diddy that never made it into the Netflix documentary. With the anticipation, they ask him, are you going to make a second documentary and put it on Netflix since you have all of this stuff? And he says that he is about to put it on YouTube.
With everything that was out and all of these people that were coming forward, have there been any new tips that you've gotten since it has been released?
Well, yeah, everyone starts to feel a little more comfortable when they see other people telling their truth about it.
Yeah. So yeah, it's got to be something on YouTube coming.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm not gonna lie, I felt like certain things were left out of this documentary, but now to hear him confirming it and saying he still has more and this man is about to post them on YouTube, I can only imagine what we haven't seen yet. Okay, this is getting absolutely crazy. So yesterday we heard 50 Cent confirm that he does have more video footage of Diddy, and now he's saying he has 140 more hours of video footage of Diddy. Now in a post he made about this video footage, he is saying he has 140 hours, and he did it with a video where there was a man claiming that 50 Cent has video footage of Diddy doing alleged criminal activity, and this could possibly get him more time. And this is the post that 50 Cent made. Correct, 140 hours of footage. I don't understand why he filmed himself, but I'm glad he filmed himself. The people who are supporting him will be quiet very soon.
Industry insiders claim that pressure was applied behind the scenes to remove critical sections from the documentary, including the identities of individuals who allegedly enabled or protected Diddy. These decisions, according to those familiar with the process, had little to do with storytelling and everything to do with containment. The platform, they argue, chose self-preservation over full disclosure.
50 just came across in that secret little Diddy footage that he paid from the videographer that Diddy didn't pay. They are saying 50 has footage that will not only add more time to Diddy's sentence, but Diddy might not ever come out. Listen up, check this out. Now y'all know that footage that where Diddy is behind the scenes talking to his lawyer and all of this stuff, and people like, damn, what was Diddy recording it? Well, Diddy was recording it because he thought he was about to beat the case. So he wanted to do a Netflix documentary. Didn't pay the guy, and then 50 got all 140 hours of footage of secret Diddy tactics. Well, there's a guy named Neil who was mentioned in the court, works right up under Diddy, was organizing everything. Allegedly, they are saying that he is on video, film, tampering with witnesses. giving out addresses, offering money, bribing, we'll pay for your lawyers, all kind of shit that could be counted as witness tampering, obstruction of justice. And 50 of all people has his hands on this footage. And I'm hearing that this could implicate Diddy's lawyers in some bullshit. They could be charged. This is getting wild. And I'm hearing that this 50 Cent documentary is just...
Netflix also avoided involving Tupac Shakur's family. Despite their active efforts to uncover long-buried answers, his relatives have publicly stated that they believe key truths were suppressed. They've pointed to fear, money, and influence as forces that kept witnesses silent and investigations incomplete. Serious questions were raised about unexplored leads and overlooked individuals. Yet none of these concerns were addressed in the documentary, reinforcing claims that uncomfortable truths were filtered out long before the final edit.
What I'm trying to figure out is like,
people can go away.
I mean, that's what people were saying, and maybe everybody's a conspiracy theorist now, but that's what people are saying about the Diddy situation. Like when the feds rolled up, with the fucking Hummers and shit, they're like, it wasn't about Diddy, it was about if there were tapes of powerful people there.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
They were the ones that called. They're like, I need to protect myself, so go in there with all the things and rip any tapes or any evidence.
Well, Prince Harry was hanging with Diddy.
I mean, everybody hung with Diddy. That's the other tricky thing. Like, Diddy hung out with everybody. And I've spoken to a bunch of people who are like, yo, great dude, like, always there for you, never asked for a single thing.
Till 1 a.m.
And then freak off.
Everybody says, get out of the house.
Yeah.
It's like the gremlins start eating after midnight. Everybody who tells the stories like, I saw her go upstairs and these dudes are like right on the couch.
Yeah.
And then I go in this room and these guys.
Another major detail left unexplored was Diddy's direct contact with Tupac's family. In October 2024, Mopreme Shakur spoke publicly about the ongoing investigation, revealing that Diddy personally called him in 2008 to assert his innocence. Mopreme said he neither accepted nor dismissed the claim, stating clearly that the full truth has yet to surface. That interaction, which could have added critical context, was absent, leaving more questions than answers.
Court TV has just confirmed that the family of Tupac Shakur is investigating a potential link between the murder of Tupac and Sean Diddy Combs. This coming from attorney Alex Spiro, who represents Tupac's family. Now, this investigation had been previously reported by unnamed sources, but earlier today, Spiro confirmed to our Court TV team that he and a team of investigators has been hired.
Sean Combs allegedly had business dealings with Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, who will go on trial next March for the murder of Tupac. This was back in 1996. Some have speculated that Diddy ordered Tupac's death. That, of course, is just a theory at this point, and we are monitoring the developments in both the Tupac murder trial and the federal indictment of Sean Diddy Combs. So a lot of information to come up.
The documentary also avoids confronting a central reality. No powerful figure operates alone. Former staff, artists, and insiders have suggested that warning signs were visible long before everything came to light. Many, however, chose silence, fearing career-ending consequences. That silence didn't just protect one individual. It preserved an entire system built on influence, pressure, and mutual protection, where survival often meant compliance and accountability was the ultimate casualty.
Interesting to me about your involvement in this is that Diddy actually called you after an LA Times article in 2008 alleging he'd been involved in your brother's death. What did he say that day when he called you?
He was in town. He was in LA at the time. He was on the radio. He asked a local DJ that we all know, Big Boy, to reach out to me because he wanted to speak to me about something. This is a few years after Pac's murder, and we all were familiar with all the rumors and stuff. I said, yeah, let me talk to him. So he called me, and I had my guys with me, Thug Life guys, and we heard what he had to say. He basically said he ain't have nothing to do with my brother's. And I told him the truth is still yet to come out, so we're going to see. here we are 27, 28 years later. There looks like there's some doubt in that statement. So, thus, along with all the other suspicions that people have, it was time for it to be investigated.
In a statement at the time, Diddy declared, "This story is a lie," the LA Times story. "Neither I nor the late Notorious had any knowledge of any attack on Tupac before, during, or after it happened." Do you think that was an honest statement?
My opinion is that I don't believe it was 100% honest.
The backlash against 50 Cent has been intense because his claims threaten more than one name. They challenge a culture of protection and silence. Executives who built careers on image control, publicists skilled in narrative management, and artists who look the other way are now facing scrutiny they never expected. That's why the response has been so aggressive. What 50 is pushing forward doesn't just damage reputations, it exposes long-standing compromises many hoped would remain hidden.
It's bigger than Diddy, bro. Cause you know who else they was doing investigation on during that whole time period? It was the mayor and the politicians in New York City. They turn around and give him the key to the city. All the mayor people that he brought on here in New York City are all resigning. They all resigning. People ain't gonna tie this together, but if you look at it, you have to say, because of Mayor Adams and his relationship with Diddy, it brought on the Southern District of New York to start investigating Diddy on civil lawsuits that was put against him. Because the feds is going after all these politicians in New York City.
Yeah, the feds revealed that, anybody that, participated in any, criminal behavior at his freak-offs, they're going to pursue.
Listen here. The mayor here take like 15 spoons of sugar in his coffee. So it's all a possibility.
Do you think there's any celebrities on them tapes?
Bro, he gave celebrity parties. So what you think?
That Diddy was running some kind of Epstein type deal where he was filming everybody, right?
That's the rumors. Yeah, I don't know that there's any proof or anything other than that.
The thing is, like, we're getting the rumors from the internet, and the internet thinks that the Taliban took out that bridge in Baltimore. So it's like, who knows? Who knows what's real?
That's what Diddy's lawyers, I think, said. It was like that these are just trumped up charges. Not trumped up. I don't think they said that, but like bullshit charges.
Dude, when Homeland Security invade your house,
you got problems
with dudes with guns and body armor. There's
someone said that they weren't there to take stuff; they were there to delete everything. Like the real people that were in there,
Oh,
like
that's funny.
with Epstein.
There was a lot going on, and then there's people that thought that Puffy was involved and Suge Knight was involved.
Speaking of, I think Suge Knight's the one who said that thing I just thought of.
What thing?
About that they were there to delete stuff.
Well, if he really was filming everybody, I mean, he had a lot of people at those parties, right? You know who said Luke from 2 Live Crew?
Yeah, he said he was to leave early.
Yeah, when Luke from 2 Live Crew is leaving early, like, you got a wild party. If what's happening is too f***ed up for Luke from 2 Live Crew? Like, check, please.
There have even been rumors of potential legal action against both 50 Cent and Netflix, with figures mentioned that seem designed to intimidate rather than proceed. Few believe such action will materialize. Escalation would invite deeper scrutiny and risk bringing even more damaging information into public view. In this standoff, threats function more as leverage than intent, because once everything is exposed, control disappears.
He got everybody going, man. He's getting a lot of backlash, man. Like, people are like mad at 50 for getting behind this thing.
Well, see, the thing about it is that people are out there rabbit ass mind. And they gonna sit up here and they gonna say some stuff like, yo, they try to make it up like, it's because of a girl, it's because of a woman. A man that can have any woman in the damn world, you understand, go any parts of the world, find beautiful women all over the world, that's willing to do whatever he wants to. I'ma be mad because this dude got this one. Nah, it's bigger and it's more than that. They don't want to say it. A lot of these cats out here don't want to tell the truth behind it. You understand? When 50 was out here, you know, trying to get into, well, he was writing for most of Puff stuff. He was writing for artists. He was writing for different people. LL, Puff, whatever he can get money at, you know what I'm saying, to do some writing and stuff like that. Jam Master Jay had him writing something like that. So Fifth was writing. Then when he did How to Rob the Industry cat joint, he's supposed to be the next one to come out of New York. You understand what I'm saying? He gets in this beef, you know what I'm saying, with Murder Inc., Ja, Irv Gotti, Supreme them. They try to eliminate him. Then Puff and the other people put a tag on him, where is that, yo, don't let him make no money. Don't sign him. You ain't gonna have none but problems. They put a bad tag on him. You understand? He got to go to the West Coast and with Dre and Eminem to get his deal. You understand what I'm saying? So they put this tag on him to stop him from eating his craft. You understand? They try to kill him. You understand? Because they got a problem with him. And then you supposed to have some love. So people who try to take you out of here, try to stop you from eating and everything like that. Diddy was a part of that too.
50 Cent has made it clear that his efforts won't stop with documentaries. He's openly suggested that if necessary, he's prepared to push the issue to the highest levels. His message is blunt: influence shouldn't erase consequences, and accountability shouldn't stop at power or connections. No quiet exits. No backdoor solutions.
Highly anticipated documentary about Sean Diddy Combs is officially here. And we hear from two jurors from the Diddy trial, some accusers who spoke out for the documentary, and 50 Cent got his hands on some footage that Diddy claims belongs to him.
We have to find somebody that'll work with us that has dealt in the dirtiest of dirty business. We're losing.
I reached out to Sean Combs' spokesperson, who tells me that the reason why that personal footage exists is because Sean Combs has been documenting his own life since he was 19 years old. They say that this footage was captured from a personal videographer hired by Sean Combs.
If Sean Combs watches this, what do you think he's going to feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing. I think he's going to say this is the best documentary I've seen in a long time. Because you'll see people saying that. He may feel a different way about pieces and bits of it, but he knows the truth.
His lawyers even sent a cease and desist letter to Netflix, which I have obtained. I reached out to Netflix and they referred me to a statement from the documentary's director, who says, quote, "It came to us, we obtained the footage legally and have the necessary."
Some critics believe Diddy avoided the harshest possible outcomes due in part to his celebrity status. There have been claims that admiration from at least one juror raised concerns about impartiality, concerns echoed by Bad Boy co-founder Kirk Burroughs. According to this view, the courtroom environment was influenced by fame rather than pure objectivity, blurring the line between justice and recognition.
Give a damn. He don't give a damn. He literally is saying he's going to reach out to Trump to remind Trump of the things that P. Diddy has said about him, for the sole express purposes of making sure that Trump doesn't pardon Diddy in the event that Diddy gets convicted of trafficking and racketeering. That's what 50 Cent is sworn to do. And I got to admit to you, that's wild. Damn, you know you got an enemy there when the man want to go out of his way to contact the president, you know, and clearly he has some kind of inroads where he can get to President Trump so President Trump can hear him. He's basically saying, yo, brother.
Netflix may have chosen restraint, and the industry may be working to mute the conversation, but leaked material and first-hand accounts have already shifted public perception. According to those involved, 50 Cent has no intention of backing down, and neither do those demanding clarity. The discussion has moved beyond platforms and damage control. The real question now is whether influence will continue to outweigh truth, or if genuine accountability is finally unavoidable.
In the Diddy doc that I am very briefly in show us two very different perspectives that combine to create the not guilty verdicts on the big charges. This one is a fan. She liked day 26. But you can see the glitter in her eyes from being around Puff. It's like she went to a concert. She's excited to share moments with him, to look at him during the trial, to feel the same things as him, to see him doing the same nod that he did during making the band. She's won over by the fame, and I'm sure that's part of why some of these jurors voted not guilty. But this man knows and cares nothing of Puff's fame. But he says, why did she keep going back to him like they were lovers in a crazy relationship? This is a complete misunderstanding of trauma bonds, as well as a complete misunderstanding of how Cassie was personally, financially, and professionally yoked to Diddy. Throughout the trial, people said, why didn't she just leave? Which is essentially what this man is saying. Why didn't she just leave? She explained that her career was tied to him. He kept her broke. When she talked about leaving, he threatened to release the freak-off tapes. He threatened her mother. And whenever she actually did run away, he sent his bodyguards to go and bring her back. So there was no way for her to leave. But y'all want to talk about why didn't she just leave? You can't have the luxury and the complaint. Trauma bonds are very difficult to understand.
The 4-part series also features 2 jurors from Combs' trial who are speaking for the first time about how they reached their mixed verdict, finding Combs guilty of 2 prostitution offenses, but clear of racketeering and sex charges, both sharing their thoughts on the relationship between Combs and singer Cassie. Juror 75 describing them as 2 people in love, and Juror 160 saying in part, domestic violence wasn't one of the charges. Cassie, is she a victim in all this?
I believe Cassie's a victim in all this because she came in as she's like 18, like 19 years old. In the very beginning, after a while, over time, you condition for it.
The goal of what the film is trying to do is to let the audience kind of come in to ask questions like, were their decisions colored by certain things, and who got the benefit of the doubt, in that courtroom?
Do you think that hip-hop culture was on trial as much as Sean Combs was?
Look, if I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as the hip-hop is fine with his behaviors. There's no one else being vocal. So you would look at it and just say, because that mind your business, or let me not say nothing about nothing, or those things, it would allow the entire culture to register as if they're for that behavior.
If Sean Combs watches this, what do you think he's going to feel?
Like, wow, this is amazing. I think he's going to say this is the best documentary I've seen in a long time. Because you'll see people saying that. He may feel a different way about pieces and bits of it, but he knows.